Hi. Should you use some sort of frame saver or rust protection on your steel frames, especially on the inside? And if so, which one is the best and which one should you use? I will try to answer at least some of those questions in this video. Briefly, to not take a lot of your time, I will say that it's mostly not really needed and exaggerated. So that's my opinion based on my experience over the years. I have a bicycle that is from 1996 steel mountain bike, and that bicycle has seen countless miles on all sorts of terrain, both in the flats and in the mountains, on road, off road, and for a few years it served me as a dedicated winter commuter for the salty roads and everything, and it did not rust through, it did not dissolve, and I never used any kind of frame protection even on the outside. When I replace bottom brackets on that frame, I can see the rust on the inside, but it's just a very thin layer. It will take probably decades for that frame to be ruined. It's already over 30 years old, if I'm corrected, calculated properly. Having said that, when is it dangerous? It is dangerous, and the rust is a problem when you see the frame's paint on the outside getting like some sort of like blisters and peeling off. That's when you should check and worry about rust, and when you see really thick layers of rust on the frame. I will try to add recording of these frames inside to see how much rust there was before I put some frame protection and cleaning and coating. Now this is coated with some, I will show the bottle and put Amazon from Germany affiliate link, some protective liquid that I poured into the frame and let work, and it turns rust into a inert layer of protective coating with some epoxy, if I understood correctly, and I tested it on a few parts that were not critical to see how it works, and it seems to be working quite well, so I used it in the frame. But as I said, if there's not too much rust, it's not necessary. But if you wish to sleep better, as I did, I must say that also, I did it. This frame was all stripped, and I thought, okay, it would be a shame not to do that now. Who knows when it will be the next time when I disassemble it completely. So I took some of those clear tape that you put food around, wrap that's elastic, and cut some small rings of inner tube to keep it in place and to close all the gaps on the frame, and used also some of that insulating electrical tape for the small holes in the frame, and closed it all up and poured that liquid through here, closed it up, and then just sloshed it around to make sure that the liquid gets everywhere, and then poured the extra out, let it soak out, and before that I did cleaning as best as I could using some of those brass brushes with long sticks that you use for cleaning rifles and similar, to not damage the frame but to remove any thicker layers of dust. And then I used compressed air to rinse it all out, and then I even used some detergent and water and repeated it again, and used the compressed air to make sure that the frame is drying as quickly as possible and leave it in the sun. And when it was completely dry and everything, then I applied that frame protector. There are different models. Linseed oil is a popular old method, boiled linseed oil. I haven't tried that, haven't used it. Some people swear by it. There are also some special products of all kinds of brands and things. I will show just this one. This is what I used. It's available on Amazon. It's not super cheap, but this bottle is more than good enough for a couple of frames, and it works okay for now, as much as I could test it, even on some things that are exposed to the outside, just to see what it does it hold and how it performs. So if you will sleep better, you can do it, but you shouldn't be upset about a small amount of rust, even a larger amount of rust. If the frame is not really peeling the paint and you don't see things like rotting really badly and large chunks of metal being scratched out. It's generally in most cases not really bad. It looks a lot worse than it is. When it is bad, it's usually if you really do ride a lot in very moist conditions and with salty air near the oceans and similar. Even for city, my city is not near the sea, and we have salty roads in the winter, and that salt did not easily eat through my frames. I've been riding for about 4 decades now, and I've never had really big problems with rust apart from the aesthetics. So that's the best, the most informative and the most honest that I can say about this topic. So if it's your frame, your bike, if you will sleep better by putting some protection, by all means do it. I did it on this frame. I didn't do it on every frame, and I haven't had any problems. So if you don't have the means or don't wish to bother with that, I would generally say that it's probably not really necessary. But that's the whole video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in some other video. Cheers and stay cool.